أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. These are the Ramadan Daily Quran Studies for the year 2025, written by Zahid Aziz and produced by Ahmadiyya Anjuman Ishaat Islam, Lahore, UK.
Study 6. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was raised as a warner and a giver of good news. The Holy Quran says,
كان الناس أمة واحدة فبعث الله النبيين مبشرين ومنذرين وأنزل معهم الكتاب بالحق ليحكم بين الناس فيما اختلفوا فيه.
Mankind is a single nation. So Allah raised prophets as bearers of good news and as warners, and He revealed with them the book with the truth, and it might judge between people in that in which they differed. Chapter 2, verse 213. As all humanity is a single nation, God had been revealing Himself to each one of them by sending bearers of good news and warners. The Holy Prophet was raised to perform the same functions. He was a bearer of good news to humanity, that God still remembered mankind, and that He had sent His Prophet to make this fallen humanity rise to spiritual eminence. But He was also a warner, and told them that, if they persisted in their evil ways, they would suffer evil consequences. It is specifically stated that bearers of good news and warners appeared among all nations.
إنا أرسلناك بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وإن من أمة إلا خلا فيها نذير.
Surely we have sent you with the truth, and as a bearer of good news and a warner, and there is not a people but a warner has gone among them. Chapter 35, verse 24. This broad doctrine that a prophet was raised among every nation is taught repeatedly in the Quran. This great truth, which had remained hidden for thousands of years from the wisest people of the world, had shone upon the mind of an Arabian who could neither read nor write, who did not even know what nations existed then and what scriptures they possessed. This broad doctrine alone could form the basis of the universality of a divine message to the whole of humanity. Only he who had the breadth of mind to recognize truth in all could unite all humanity. Those nations among whom numerous prophets had appeared before were reminded that no prophet had appeared for a long time before the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ.
يا أهل الكتاب قد جاءكم رسولنا يبين لكم على فترة من الرسل أن تقولوا ما جاءنا من بشير ولا نذير فقد جاءكم بشير ونذير والله على كل شيء قدير.
O people of the book, indeed our messenger has come to you, explaining to you after a cessation of the messengers, in case you say, no bearer of good news came to us, nor a warner. So indeed a bearer of good news and a warner has come to you, and Allah is powerful over all things. Chapter 5, verse 19. Several centuries had elapsed since the appearance of any prophet, a bearer of good news and a warner, in any country when the great Arabian prophet made his appearance. No nation in the world claims the appearance of any messenger in it between the advent of Jesus Christ and that of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The world was, as it were, preparing itself for the advent of the greatest of all prophets, who was to be a messenger to all the nations of the world. And it is clearly declared by the Quran that he was sent for all the nations, Ghafadan lil-Nas.
وما أرسلناك إلا كافة للناس بشيرا ونذيرا ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
And we have not sent you but as a bearer of good news and as a warner to all humanity, but most people do not know. Chapter 34, verse 28. It is repeated in the Quran that all prophets generally, not only the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that they were sent as bearers of good news and as warners. It says,
ورسلا قد قصصناهم عليك من قبل ورسلا لم نقصصهم عليك وكلم الله موسى تكليما رسلا مبشرين ومنذرين لئلا يكون للناس على الله حجة بعد الرسل وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا.
And we sent messengers we have mentioned to you before, and messengers we have not mentioned to you. And to Moses Allah addressed his word, speaking to him, messengers, bearers of good news and warners, so that people may have no plea against Allah after the coming of messengers. And Allah is ever mighty wise. Chapter 4, verse 164 to 165. Here it is made clear that prophets and messengers of God who appeared before the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam are not only those who are mentioned by name in the Quran, but there were also many others who are not named in the Quran. On this basis, Muslims can also accept those founders of great religions such as Buddha as messengers of God who are not named in the Quran. Again, the Quran says,
وَمَا نُرْسِلُ الْمُرْسَلِينَ إِلَّا مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ فَمَنْ آمَنَ وَأَصْلَحَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ.
And we do not send messengers, but as bearers of good news and warners. Then whoever believes and acts right, they shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve. Chapter 6, verse 48.
End of Study 6. Barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Quran al-Azim wa nafa'ana wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim innahu ta'ala jiwadun karimun malikun barurur rahim.